So this is part 2. And like I was saying, at the North, the American Football Conference North, the Browns might have, the Browns were 7-10 last year without Deshaun Watson. So if Deshaun Watson couldn't be a little bit, to actually play, not be suspended, not injured, he might actually be able to play, some games, And then, the AFC South, we have, Texans. I don't see them making a push towards the playoffs. I mean, it's gonna be like a slow improvement year over year with the Texans. The Colts. Yeah, I don't see the Colts making it far. I just don't see it, I mean, they're gonna be good, they're gonna be okay. I mean, with Gardner Minshew, maybe a little bit better. Without Richardson, maybe not. That's Easter. The Jaguars, yeah, I mean, I see them winning the division, or maybe improving a little, actually, honestly. Titans, yeah, if the Titans actually stay healthy. And, they're fully able to, not like last season, or what, what I mean? Where, they just fell down to nothing. If they actually start off strong and actually maintain strong, I can see them being in the playoffs pretty well. So we have 2 from the South. Let's see, all 4 from the North pass. No, I don't know if all 4 from the North will make it, but one of them, 2 of them will have to be out. Yeah, it probably could come down to like tiebreakers in the North. Like tiebreakers in the East and the North. Honestly. Like between those teams, it could actually come down to one of them. And then you see the West, the Chiefs and the Chargers probably, so that's at least 3 if the Titans don't make it. You could see at least 2. And you could see at least 2 in the East. And 2 in the North. We'll see though, I mean. Could it be just 1 in the North? And 3 in the East? I mean, maybe could Joe Burrow's injury. I don't know though. It's gonna be tough, like the 2 and it's probably gonna be 2 and 1 maybe. Honestly, you could see all 4 making in the East, so it's gonna be tough, And then the NFC, what's the National Football Conference? Let's take a look at the East Division. So, the Cowboys. Well, I mean, weren't nothing amazing last. I mean, they were good in the regular season last year, but when we just played 1 playoff game, in the first round, but in the second round game, they just didn't have it, they played against the Buccaneers. I'm gonna beat them, but they didn't win the second round of the game. The Giants, so I mean, I could see the Giants making it, but they barely made it. So I mean, they might barely make it again this year. Be this close to making the playoffs, or be in it. I mean, I could see them barely making it. Not you know what I mean? Maybe, they upset the Vikings just barely, so maybe we'll see. Maybe they can have upset this year, or even be favored to be like pretty even the first round matchup in the playoff. And the Eagles are super losers. Now, actually, I'm having a good shot. Actually a really good shot. They're pretty much like the similar team as last year, and they're gonna be just reloaded, locked and ready to reload, and do this again, which I can easily see them making it to I don't know if they'll make it to the Super Bowl again, but I could see them making it to the at least the National Football Conference NFC Championship game. National Football and this side's championship. You know who's the best team on this side of the league, of American football. The Commanders. Now the Commanders, they were good last. I mean, they weren't good enough to make it the playoff last year. The bracket last year, they were 80-1, barely in, or barely not in. So I could see them, make it. I could see them. I could see all four teams having to be competitive. And have a realistic shot at making the playoff. And in the West, the Cardinals. I don't necessarily see them making the playoff, but we'll see. The Rams. I mean, after a Super Bowl win, they haven't been the same since. I don't see them. I mean, maybe the Cardinals and the Rams improve, but on the records, but that's about it. As best I can see that. 49ers actually gonna be good this year. I mean, everyone's questioning the quarterback. And is he going to be good as he was last season? I don't know, we'll see. I mean, it's going to be interesting, to see in that scenario. That's pretty much the big question mark for the quarterback for the 49ers. Is he going to be as good as he was last season? No, for the Seattle Seahawks. Or they should be the same as they were last year, like just sneaking, be a 7. I don't see them making I don't see them being anything like giraffes. I mean they might hover around that, so they might be like a little bit different, they may have a close game here, close game there, something that difference, but they're gonna be around the same spot though, like barely in, barely out. I think the Bears, the NFC, the North. So, now this, people are saying, is the most, the media people and everyone's saying, this might be the most wide open, but people are discounting all these teams. It's like, wait a minute. Look, the Bears, the Bears, They were okay at the beginning, but near the end they just absolutely fell apart. They lost all these games. Are they gonna be good? Maybe, but look at they're still trying to improve, year over year, and they can start to improve maybe year over year. Find the year where maybe it's their year, or even if they find a year where it's their year and they can improve, find something where they can keep improving year over year, and actually maybe make it into the playoff. We'll see on that one. The Lions. The Lions are, good. They're a good team. They made it to 9-8 last year. They had a shot to make it to the playoff. And can they do the same this year? We'll see, if they can make the playoff this year, or if they're just gonna barely not make it. I don't think they're gonna be drastically improved, but I think they could maybe it's not like where they have to hope like scenarios happen to make the playoff. They may actually, like they might just be 10-7 or something. I could see that. You know what it is. If they just got control, they can control, and they're in the playoff. Essentially, I hope for other team, to lose or win or this or that. I think that type of stuff. Make the playoff. The Packers, it's gonna be different. The preseason. Jordan Love looked good in the preseason he has, but is that going to continue in the success going to continue in the regular season? Who knows though? That's what's going to be interesting, especially ever since they've been good, the Packers have been good most of the time. They had except for a few years they haven't made the playoff, but that's because injuries and stuff like that in last season. And they got traded for Brett Favre. Then they they had Brett Favre for a long time. And then they drafted Rodgers, had him for a few years as a backup. He's played well a lot, made the playoffs a lot. Did have a good success there. And then Jordan Love, they drafted him. Are they now going to be able to use him? And actually, it might not be where they take it's going to be one of those years where they have instant success. Possibly. I don't think they're gonna have make the playoffs. Maybe. They could. But more than likely, I think it's gonna be you take a season or so. Jordan Love might get used to him. It's gonna take time for the Jordan Love and the new players and all them to gel together in real games. Preseason helps. Game scenarios, so it's open. Preseason. So we'll see on that one. If that worked, the players and put in preseason, and then they practice that same stuff they're getting ready for in the preseason games. If they can practice that, what they, some of their plays they might run, they do the script, or they or they do the first so many plays the same no matter what. They can practice them out and get familiar with some of them. Maybe they, but we'll see. It's gonna depend, how they can do it the real first teamers, because not every team might not play the first stringers. It depends. Some players don't play the first stringers, some do, some don't. It just depends on the year, So every team, looks different. They might be playing against some second stringers. So we'll see when it's first and when it's the best against the best for each team and each side. Who's really gonna prevail. And the Vikings. The Vikings won a bunch of close games. But yeah, they were undefeated at home undefeated in close games of the playoff game. And they were actually, some of those games were closer than they wanted to be. But it's but they ended up winning them. What they need to do is they just need to not lose ugly. They need to find a way to they need to find a way to have at least a few games. They need to find a way to have a few games that might, they can stretch out by 10 to 14 or 9, at least 9 to 4, at least probably 9 to the 14 range, at least make it, in that range. And they need to be able to, they might lose a little ugly, but they need to at least make it somewhat competitive in games, They have a game where it might be they might lose and it might be, say, 30 to, say, 20 instead of 30 to 3. Okay, the games were, say, that blowouts were last season, So just make it a little more competitive.